Hello, everyone. Happy new moon. Welcome to Gentle Yin and Restorative Yoga. This is Luke, and my name is Michelle Chua. So, for this class, make sure you have at least a couple of pillows, maybe 2 yoga blocks as well, or 2 additional pillows, a blanket, a strap, and they're all going to be optional, but the more you have, the more options you will have. So let's just start in a comfortable seat. I wanted to share an extract from a book that I really enjoyed reading before. It's called Dying to Be Me by Anita Moorjani. I was inspired to read this excerpt after a meeting with a private client today online, and we were talking about emotions. So that's what this quote is about. And it kind of links with what we've been talking about of attitudes and mindfulness. So she says, each of us is like a prism, refracting pure white light, which is love, into all the different colors of the rainbow. And all of the hues or emotions are equally needed for the whole. Few people, if any, would ever bring moral judgment against any given color. We wouldn't say, oh, that color is evil or that color is sinful, but we can often do this to people and their expressions of emotion, seeing some feelings as right and other feelings as wrong. When we judge some of our emotions as being negative and try to deny them, we're suppressing part of who we are. This creates a blockage within us and prevents us from expressing the fullness of our magnificence. Just as extracting certain colors from the spectrum on the basis of a moral judgment would truncate the light and make it something it really isn't. We don't have to act on every emotion. We just have to accept that they're part of who we are. Denying them would be like prohibiting a certain color from being refracted through the prism. Only by embracing the full spectrum of our feelings without judgment can we get in touch with a pure essence of unconditional love that resides at our core. Highly recommend this book if you need something uplifting. So I wanted to flavor our new moon practice with that idea of drawing in the yin energy, which is also the lunar energy of allowing, of creating space for it all, of slowing down, inviting introspection. And specifically in the new moon, the tradition is to plant seeds of intention, something that you may be working on to manifest, to create, or to shift within your life, perhaps in the duration of this month or shorter or longer. So let's take a moment to sit with that. Any kind of intention or sankalpa, as we say in Sanskrit, that you may have for yourself. Find a comfortable way to feel both anchored towards the earth physically and uplifted towards the open sky of possibilities above. As you rest your hands wherever you like to feel a sense of grounding, maybe a hand on the heart, a hand in the lower belly, or elsewhere. And you might even choose to close your eyes. Pausing here a moment to perhaps ask yourself mentally, is there anything new I want to create? Is there an intention that I'd like to plant a seed of in my heart and in my mind? And with that, let's begin our practice chanting 3 ohms, a sound of our interconnectedness, a sound of our connectedness with the universe and the earth itself. Let's take a deep breath to begin. Breathing in, allow your heart space to expand, feel a little more uplifted. And breathing out, creating a gentle whisper through your mouth. Let the belly soften in as you sit up tall. Then a deeper breath, filling up a little more space within your body, within your torso. Again, sounding it out through your lips, sustaining to the very end. Gently let your belly hollow. And then maybe even slower, inhale. Sip in a little more if you can. Pause this time at the top of your breath, keeping your shoulders relaxed, your body open, tall. And then again through your mouth, let it go slowly. Arriving at the bottom of the breath, pause there, let your belly soften in. And now let's begin to ease the breath evenly in and out through the nose. So it's available for you closing your lips, encouraging warmth in your body, while softly narrowing the back of your throat, encouraging a gentle whispering sound. Now practicing Ujjayi Pranayama, or victorious breathing. Sustaining your breath in, full expansion, taking your time to really feel that state of fullness. Then equally sustaining your breath out, listening for that faint sound at the back of your throat. Complete emptiness, clearing away and allowing for space. And as you continue to ride in your mind the gentle waves of your own breath, full rise and fall, let your breath enter a steady rhythm. And then we'll just start to lower onto hands and knees, all fours. Let's begin to move to that rhythm of your own breath. So with your next inhale, gliding your chest through your upper arms, roll your shoulders back, lifting your heart and gaze into cow pose. With your next exhale, pulling in the belly, tucking your tailbone under, dropping your skull to dome your back into cat pose. Keep going. Inhale, gliding your sternum forward, coiling your chest up, full range of the breath. And then exhaling, rounding, contracting all the way out. And then about 5 or so more cycles of Betalasana like this. Or change it up. Perhaps you start to move the head sideways or shift the hips left and right. Or make lateral circles, sinking through child's pose, Balasana. Remember that you have the authority to adjust any pose, adjust any movement, so that you're truly, sincerely responding to what your body, what you need in the present moment. Allowing your breath, very faint sound of it, to help anchor your attention in the present moment. So that all spectrum of sensations, all spectrum of emotions are validly recognized as informants to help tailor your practice. And let's begin to sink into child's pose with the inner edges of your feet together and your knees, either together or as wide apart as you can feel comfortable to drop your pelvis down to your heels. Let's extend the arms forward here, but as you rest your forehead either on the floor or on top of a pillow or block, rotate from your shoulder sockets, your upper arms, so that you Spiral your triceps, the outer sides of your upper arms, towards the floor, and actually flip your palms to face up. So initiate that rotation from your shoulder sockets to really accentuate spreading your shoulder blades wider across your back ribs as you plug your shoulder heads into their sockets and lengthen the top of your head forward while resting your head. So the palms face up in this gesture of receiving, of being open. Again, that energy of yin that we are cultivating, that lunar energy. Continuing here for a few more cycles of breath. If you're noticing any part of your body that's been talking to you, maybe a little louder now that you're still, perhaps give it a little more attention by visualizing it and your breath attending to it. You might even visualize a color to your breath if you're very visual. Color that feels nurturing for you, calming for you. Gently entering the spaces in your body that are most calling your attention, if any. And just another 3 deep breaths here. And then now turn your palms to face down and slide your hands back to the outsides of your knees. Separate your feet wider than hips distance apart, slightly wider, tucking your toes. And then keeping your head low, knees very bent. Begin to stand towards the rear of your mat in a forward fold. So bending your knees so generously, catch hold of opposite elbows with your hands. Take a look at your feet as you spread your toes parallel your second toes to each other. Tilt your weight forward towards the front of your heels. Then just begin to sway your spine gently side to side, keeping your knees very loosely bent to invite your spine, all of your spine, to unwind. Feeling your breath in, smooth and let the breath out. As your head falls even heavier and heavier to your bent knees supporting your spine. Lift your shoulder bones, let them soften up and away from your ears, away from your neck. And begin to shake your head any direction, very softly nodding, shaking your head. Let's switch the cross of your arms as you continue that. Welcoming softening in your face, especially your jaw. I invite you to take a couple of breaths out through your mouth while fluttering your lips like this. Let your arms release now and just start to shimmy out your shoulders, shake out your arms, maybe shake out your hands like you're flicking water from your hands after washing them. Draw your fingertips onto your shins, keep your knees bent, your weight tilting forward, and then tuck your chin toward your chest. Begin to draw in your belly, rounding, and then as you inhale, walking your hands up your legs for support, begin to stack each vertebra from the bottom up of your spine, slowly rising, taking your time for a few breaths, so that you lift your skull very lax. And then once you're all the way upright, spread your weight through the 4 corners of each foot. really feeling a groundedness, pressing into the earth with your soles. Keep at least a slight bend in your knees, and as you inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. And then as though gathering energy from the space around you, the life force around you, bringing that through the crown of your head, blessing your body there, blessing yourself there, your eyes, your mouth, your throat, your heart center, as though bathing in that life force energy down to your navel, down through the pelvis, and then arms by your sides. Let's take that a few times. Inhale, circling your arms overhead as though gathering, welcoming. Exhale, bring that to your crown. Down your body, through your heart. Down your body, even directing to the soles of your feet. 2 more. Inhale, arms up high. Exhale, blessing each part, bringing acceptance, loving acceptance to all parts of you, not only physically. One more time, inhale. Even drawing that yin, loving, nurturing energy from this moon, this new moon tonight. Exhale, all the way down your body. And then as you turn to face the wide width of your mat, separate your feet even wider and turn out your legs from your hips. So rotating from your so that the center of each knee points out to the same degree as the center toe beneath it. Bending your knees, just begin to sway, shift your weight left and right. Gentle opening of your inner thighs and groins. Bring your hands to your hips and feel the bowl shape that is your pelvis. Can you slightly lift your frontal hip bones and invite your tailbone to descend, adding length in your lower spine? So the pelvic bowl can be as upright as possible as you bend your knees apart into the squat. Press your hands into your inner thighs, rotate your shoulders back and down. And inhale, lift your spine, lift the crown of your head. Exhale, twist to your left as I'm mirroring you, dipping your right shoulder forward and looking over your left shoulder. Inhale, lift your spine, keep your knees squat, come back to center. Then exhale, twist to the right, dip the left shoulder forward, look over your right shoulder and open your chest. Let's take that 2 more on each side. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Feel a sense of twisting, especially across your waistline. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. This time we're going to hold a twist for about 5 breaths. So rotating to your left, gently press both inner thighs open. Let your sitting bones sink down. There's a slight lift of your frontal hip bones. Shoulder blades are melting down your back ribs. Full breath, expanding the 4 walls of your rib cage and down to the pit of your belly. One more deep breath here. Press through your feet. Inhale, rise up to stand. The turn out of your legs. We're just going to give our squat a little break. And then when you're ready, return to your wide-legged squat. Rebend the knees. Splay the inner thighs apart. Inhale here, lift your heart. Exhale, twist to your right side. Dip the left shoulder forward. And then 5 breaths here. So feel that the middle of your knees are still turned out the same degree as the middle toe underneath. And that turnout is happening or originating from your hip sockets, keeping your knees safe. Feel the space throughout the sides of your neck as the tops of your shoulders release down. Letting the rotation of your rib cage offer some release into your mid-spine, lower spine, neck. Last breath. Press through your feet. Inhale, rise all the way up to stand. This time, parallel your feet. And let's bring the hands behind your lower back, either to clasp or grab your strap and you can hold it between your hands. Bending your elbows closer together. Again, make sure your feet are parallel here. Roll your shoulders back and take a deep inhale to open your chest, lift your heart. Bend your knees a lot and exhale to shift forward to fold so that your weight comes heavier towards the front of your heels. Let your head completely fall, relaxing your jaw. And as you continue to stretch your arms forward, hands clasped, holding the strap, with a slight bend in your elbows, and lift your shoulder heads up again away from your neck. You might like to shake and nod your head a few more times here, just for another 3 deep breaths in this wide-legged forward fold. Perhaps even switch the thumb and index finger that's crossed on top. Notice if that feels any different. And then releasing your fingertips either onto the ground in front of you or on blocks in front of you. With a light bend in your knees, and inhale, lifting your spine halfway. Draw your heart through the gates of your arms. And then exhale, bend your knees, bring your hands to your hips, staying here. You're going to lift your chest first. Inhale, slowly rise all the way up. And then exhale, let's come on down to sit. Come on, Luke. You can sit with us. Bring the soles of your feet together to touch. And we're going to set up for a restorative hold in a supported Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose. So grab your pillows here. You may want several. We're going to make a little incline with your long pillow facing you. The lowest end is going to be just in front of your pelvis. And then the highest end of that incline is supported by stacked blocks or pillows. So the pillow is actually on top of my inner ankles, inner feet. Soles of the feet are together. And then you can adjust if you would like your feet even further away from your pelvis. It offers a different area of your outer thighs to open up. And if your heels are closer to your pelvis, you'll feel that it's different. So just feel into, where's my body asking for more attention here in this pose? And then you might even like to put a blanket on the lowest portion of that incline to support your belly or to support your forehead. You're going to be here for 3 minutes. Prepare this timer. So make sure that you're comfortable to be still for 3 minutes, where you're not holding your body up in any way. Your hands are free. Relax down. And if you're not placing your forehead on something, you could turn your head to one side, and I can let you know when we're halfway through the 3 minutes so that you can turn your head to the opposite side and feel a balanced stretch in your neck. And so as you position your body in stillness, soften again your attention on the waves of your breath. Bring you back to your present moment experiences. So we're halfway there. If you need to turn your head to the other side, please do so. Notice anything that might feel like it's unraveling here. Notice any sensation that might be arising, amplifying, or leaving, fading away. Letting go of any need to judge if any part of it is good or bad. Simply just increasing or expanding your awareness of the landscape within your body. Feel the natural flow of breath. Softening back to that. Very in, look, very in. And then as your hands press the ground, begin to roll your torso upright slowly. Lifting your head gently. So we're going to use the same setup for a spinal restorative twist. So if you have that incline, the bottom of the incline, we're going to sit with the right outer hip flush against the bottom incline of that pillow, extending your legs to the left and sliding your left leg to the opposite end of your mat, your pillow. Left leg is traced, and place both hands off to the left and right sides of the pillow, framing it so that you can turn your chest completely to face the pillow. Making any adjustments like shifting the right hip slightly away from the pillow or bending your knees so that the lower part of your body does not feel rigid but as comfortable as possible. Then let your chest broaden, your spine lengthen. Begin to drape your belly onto the pillow, maybe your forehead on the folded blanket, or turn your head either to the left or to the right. The latter, which will enable a deeper twist along your cervical spine. Just remember which way you're turning your head so that when we go into the second side of the spinal twist, we'll do the opposite. And again, I'm setting the timer for 3 minutes before we switch sides. Do a little check-in with your body here. Your shoulders feel relaxed. Are your arms completely supported so they are not trying to support you? And as you feel into the rest of your physical body and allow all of it to surrender into support, the props, the ground, and fall back into witnessing your natural breath. Now, besides any physical sensations, notice what else may arise. Any reactions to sounds passing in your mind? Any reactions to the sensations, like emotions? As you come back to witnessing your breath, let it provide a neutral lens to perceive whatever comes up. Feeling your breath, bringing you back home to the present moment. Now just allow one more exhale to release before you begin to press the ground and slowly rise, keeping the props just as they are while you turn to sit facing away from the pillow with both legs extended in front of you. And as you're sitting upright, just pausing here in Dandasana or stick pose for a few breaths. You may like to circle your feet, point your toes, flex your feet. Just allowing a moment to let your spine release from that twist, feeling any effects of it. Let's take a slow breath in, filling all the way to the top. Then out to your mouth, make a sound if you like. So keep your right leg just where it is. Slide your left leg to your left, so you have that L-shaped pose. And then turn your chest to face the pillow, framing the pillow on the left and right sides with your palms. Make any adjustments with your legs as needed, like bending your knees or shifting your left hip slightly away from the pillow so that you can completely turn your chest towards the pillow. Let your shoulders melt down, lengthen the front of your spine, then gently lower your belly, your rib cage, your head onto the pillow. Now remember, if you were turning your head to one side, turn it to the opposite side here, or maybe your forehead is on a pillow too. And I'm going to set the timer for 3 minutes. The momentary scan of your body. Are your arms relaxed? Have they let go to feel supported? And you feel the full weight of your skull being supported too. Pelvis, your legs. And then again, drop back in to your natural breath. Back to the breath. You feel your breath ground you in what's here now. Notice your capacity to hold and witness the entire range of your experience. In full color. Now just let another exhale ease its way out when it's ready. And once that's finished, gently begin to press your hands into the ground, slowly lifting your head, your torso, and once again turning the face away from the pillow in that upright seat with your legs extended forward. Finding your fingertips alongside your hips, just allow a few breaths. Notice what you notice here. Now let's take the pillow, keep your legs where they are, and we'll set it up right in between your legs. You may even want to take your blocks and place it on top of the pillow for a higher height as we enter a forward fold with your feet separated just a little wider than hips distance, like a V shape with your legs. And from here, take a moment to sit up tall, open your chest, feel the natural opening at your throat. Chin is naturally spaced away from your chest, back of the neck is long. And then try to maintain the essence of that as you hinge forward from your hips, resting your forehead on a block or two blocks. Just finding the extent of your forward fold in which you don't begin to round your shoulders and close up your throat, but instead your shoulders can stay relaxed. Down your back, away from your ears. Your chest can stay open. Throat can stay open, welcoming the flow of your breath. And then once again, set the timer for 3 minutes here. If you haven't already, do a quick check-in with your physical body in this position. Little loving adjustments if you can be still. Shoulders are relaxed, toes are relaxed. You could also elevate the pelvis if needed. Feel it accentuates the quality of letting go by turning my palms to face up on the floor, but do what works for you. And then again, rest your attention back on your breath. this posture of opening the back of your body from your legs to back of your crown, back of your head. Is there anything that you're now starting to notice in your back body? Sometimes when we pause from the momentum of our doing throughout the day, we realize something we've been carrying. It's been there for a while, but it just becomes more pronounced when we pause. Is there anything you could give your loving attention to? Kind, compassionate listening to? Let's just let another 3 exhales release through your mouth here. We're taking our time. We begin to transition out of this pose. And as you're ready, planting your hands on the floor or whatever you want to press off of, slowly lift your spine, coming up to sit. And now we're going to set up for a supported heart opening, fronts of the shoulders opening, back bend. Using your 2 blocks, place tallest height or the medium height crossing the mat at the very rear edge. So that's going to be your pillow for your head. The tallest height is a good place to start, but if you're feeling like I could open my chest a bit more, it's pretty open to receiving that, go ahead and make that the medium height. Second block is medium height crossing your mat. Spacing the blocks apart, you'll find out in a moment. Take your pillow first and cross your mat with it so that the backs of your knees will land on that pillow. Separate your feet wider than hips distance and just give your legs a little shake. Inward and outward, inward and outward. Loosen up your hips. Give your feet a little shake before we lie down to be still again. Any energy that needs to be discharged, any kind of stress impulse that needs to be released through that shake. Take a deep breath, lion's breath. Stick out your tongue, open your eyes and mouth wide. Make any sound. 2 more, inhale. Maybe even cross your eyes. Last time. Any shaking needed in your shoulders? Any gentle rolling of the head? Before we put the body in stillness again. Now take your blanket, and if you like, keep it folded enough where you can have it sort of weighted, lying on your pelvis, lying on your belly to offer some gentle, soothing grounding. Now, as you lie back slowly, keep your pelvis on the floor and let the area that's right underneath your shoulder blades land across that medium height block that's closest to you. And then the back of your head, not your neck, but your head, on the further block, adjusting it. Make sure that your pillow underneath your knees is comfortable. The purpose of it is to allow your lower back to release too. And then feel that the block that's under your shoulder blades allows your 2 shoulders to evenly descend towards the earth and down your back away from your neck. Then rotating your upper arms from the shoulder sockets with your palms face up. backs of your hands rest on the ground, slightly away from your thighs. Again, let's take a momentary body scan, feeling your feet, letting them soften, feeling your ankles, relax, feeling your shin bones, the muscles around them, let go. Your knees at ease, thighs, soften the muscles around them, including your glutes. Relax your glutes, also relax your pelvic floor, your stomach. Feeling through the sides of your waist, letting go and holding up. Releasing your arms, soften your fingertips. Feel the points of contact for the blocks underneath your ribcage, underneath your skull. As you feel the natural curvature and length of your neck. Feel your ears, your jaw unclench if it is, and just relax your tongue. You might be closing your eyes. Soften the corners of your eyes. You relax your eyebrows, feel the skin on your forehead smoothen out. Can you allow your scalp to release any gripping you might feel there? The whole body feels safe and supported as you soften again into your breath. Going to be here another 3 minutes before Shavasana, unless you choose to stay here for Shavasana. Rest here a little bit longer in this so-called heart opening pose. Rest your attention on the area of your heart center. It's throughout your chest, the middle of your upper back. Is there any felt sensation there? Anything that you notice? An emotion? this open heart pose, how can we include the whole scope of what enters and exits our heart? Through any experience, you can choose to contract or expand. As we expand our ability to hold the spectrum of human emotions, even the ones that may feel difficult, allow our hearts to expand. Not missing any color of our spectrum from expressing, as Anita Morjani referenced. Now, those of you that would like to gradually move into a different position for corpse pose, you may like to bend your knees, step your feet onto the pillow, very slowly turn over to one side if you want to remove the blocks from underneath. Taking your time to set yourself up to be able to dive your attention even deeper inward as you lie in Shavasana. those of you that would like to join me sitting for 5 minutes in meditation, please begin to move your body slowly, gently, and lovingly. Perhaps keeping your eyes closed as you shift around, gradually positioning your body upright. Let your physical posture support your attention inward. Shoulders relaxed, open heart, strong back. I'm setting the timer now for 5 minutes. Again, rest your attention on your chosen anchor, whether it be your natural breath flowing or the feeling of your fingertips touching, or the weight of your pelvis on your seat. And for this meditation, I invite you to recognize your sankalpa or intention that you might be setting for yourself this month on this night of the new moon. And if you don't have one readily available, an intention to set, then I offer you to hold space for whatever might arise when you ask your inner wisdom, what is it that I want to create in the weeks to come? Or how? Now you may or may not have an intention set. Either way is fine. But how can your openness to experiencing the full spectrum of your emotions empower you in fulfilling the intention that may sprout from you? Just resting in a quiet space to witness anything that may arise. No need to construct an answer. Just listen. Gently let in a big inhale. Let your breath at the center of your chest, bowing in towards your heart. Gifting yourself gratitude for your practice. Gratitude for showing up. Your body gratitude. And anyone who played a role in you being here right now, enjoying the benefits of your practice. Let's close with one chant of Om. Take a deep breath. The light in me bows to the light in you. Namaste.